For decades, people from the African and Latin diaspora have constantly and consistently criticized and disrespected Black Americans. Black Americans have historically ignored those comments for the most part, but in recent years, Black Americans said no more. Black Americans are no longer going to allow disrespect to go on unchecked. This is a huge topic now in social media, and that's unfortunate. One of the ways some Black Americans started pushing back was to form an organization called ADOS, African Descendants of Slavery. Now, this organization was created to apply political pressure on politicians in Washington, D.C. to repair the damage this country done to Black Americans as a result of slavery. Now, when other people from the Black diaspora realized they were not included to receive reparations from the U.S. government, they started working aggressively through political actions to stop Black Americans from receiving reparations. More comments from the diaspora like, you guys complain so much, you're lazy, you just want a handout, or common themes coming out of the non-Black American diaspora. FBA is another group that started, I won't call them a group, but a movement that gained momentum in recent years as well. This movement has angered the diaspora more than anything else. And the reason is because we decided to delineate from all other groups and form our own ethnicity. For years, people from the diaspora looked at Black American culture as if it was a grocery store or commissary. So if you want swag or you want style, that's in aisle 3. If you want to use AAV, that's in aisle 5. If you want to sing like us, that's in aisle 7. All the items that you find undesirable, you leave on the shelf. After consuming all that you like and take from Black American culture, then you turn around and have the nerve to say Black Americans don't have culture. That's insane. Now let me play this video of this African man ranting about his disdain for FBA. And I will break down his nonsensical points one by one. And as a result of doing this, I will expose his immense jealousy, hypocrisy, and envy of Black American culture.
Of America, right? But what is the culture? Bro, let me educate you. Every culture starts from a language, a tribe. Every tribe have a language. What is it? Apart from English, what other language do Americans speak? The Black Americans. The Mexicans in America speak Spanish. They have something they speak outside English. The Asians the Chinese, everybody speak their language outside English. What do you speak? What is the trace of your culture you're talking about? What is American culture? I want to know what is the Black American culture. I keep hearing this culture. Bro, the Black Americans are the culture, maybe baby mama culture. Single women having 3 kids. That's probably their culture. Or the numbers of the highest incarcerated Black young men in America. That's their culture. I don't know. Is it the pum culture? The gang banging culture? Is that the culture? Bro, the Black American culture is about wearing, let's say, wearing the Nikes, wearing they want to be on the trend game. These are the culture. But I don't know why the Black Americans feel like they should be the center of Black people around the world, or they should be the face of Black people around the world. Why? Bro, you can have your face. See, you don't even have to declare yourself that you are not African, you are not African American. Bro, nobody give a flying damn about what you think about yourself. That's your own opinion and your own mentality, your own narrative of everything, how you are. That nobody cares. But bringing all your fights about Africa, bro, I don't get it. You talk about culture every time. What is the culture? I want to know. Genuinely, I'm asking. The hip hop. You want to say the hip hop? The music is your culture. I don't get it. Eminem is not Black, but he do more hip hop probably than the Black Americans. I don't get the culture you're talking about. Maybe because you guys dominate the basketball, the sports game in America. You guys dominate. Is that the culture? Sport is not culture, bro. Let me educate you. You don't have any language you speak outside English. You don't have a tribe. Culture has traces. You don't have any culture, but you only say culture. Bro, you don't have culture. Your culture is about dressing, looking nice, and wearing Nikes. They will tell you that they have the Nike. Bro, Nike is owned by a white man. I want to educate you on that too. The Nike is owned by a white man. They will tell you, hey, Michael Jordan of America, right? But what is the culture?
For some reason, he's under the impression that you have to speak 2 languages in order to have culture. And when you look under the definition of culture, speaking 2 languages are not required. Now, why doesn't he have the same smoke for people in the Caribbean? They speak a dialect of English. Many of us refer to it as patois. Black people in Brazil speak one language as well. It's called Portuguese. Yet, I would imagine he would say to Afro-Brazilians that they have culture. He would say that about Jamaicans or anyone in the Caribbean, even though their language is basically English, just a different dialect of English. There are so many other examples that I could provide. He talks about Black women having too many babies. At least we're not trafficking and selling or giving up our babies because times get hard. Is that your culture?
15-year-old Hannah Suma cleans vegetables to cook dinner for a family. But this is not her family, and she is not paid for her work. Hannah also cares for the children and does housekeeping. Her parents gave her away when they could no longer afford to feed her.
My mother asked me to stay here to help earn money for myself and her. For myself, I want to learn to sew so that I can have a skill for my future.
Hannah says her work is hard. She says she suffers from migraines. Children in forced labor often face abuse within families. Aid worker Jean Ali.
They do not go to school. They just work all day without a break, without anything to eat when they are hungry. The children become very sad, without hope.
Sorting his tools, Ali Kamara says he is happy to be learning carpentry. He is 13. He was given away by his family to a man on the day of his father's funeral. The man forced him to sell plastic buckets and pots. An aid group for trafficked children then helped him find an apprenticeship at this carpentry shop. Ali still is not paid, but says now he is learning a skill that can be valuable his whole life.
Every day I make a wooden door like this. I just want to be a good worker.
Ali says he does not have time for hobbies or school. His work is his life. In the eastern town of Fort Caria, at this center, abandoned children receive an education. Fatimata Suma is 7. Authorities say they rescued Fatimata from a cousin who was trying to sell her in Sierra Leone. When she was returned, Fatimata's parents asked the center to keep her and provide her a better life. Administrator Raphael Sekoiti says poverty is the reason parents sell their own children.
This is their idea, but I think in Africa, this reason is not enough. Because we live in tight communities, and when things are not going well for a family, they should be able to get help from their neighbors. If that is no longer the case, it is very sad.
There is an increasing number of children on the streets of the capital Conakry. Many of them ran away from adults they had been sold to. Abubakar and Alia Kamara say they sleep together, eat together, do everything together because they are afraid.
You talk about pimping and gangbanging. Every time we turn around and listen to the news, there's a war in Africa. You guys constantly at war. The biggest story now is the war in Sudan. What about Boko Haram? All the mayhem and killing they're doing. Is that your culture? What about the xenophobia that's happening in South Africa where South Africans are attacking other Africans from other parts of the continent? Is that your culture? He also made an ignorant comment about the incarceration of Black Americans. Now, let me put this in context. Now, I'm just going to show you how he's definitely only focused on Black people in America. And what's going on in America is a microcosm of what's going on around the world, where Black people of African descent is the minority. Let me give you this example about Black Brazilians. Listen to this. Black Brazilians make up more than 2/3, 67.8% of the inmate population, well above the Afro-descendant general population, according to the Association for the Prevention of Torture, while white inmates account for 30.4% in 2022. The growth in the incarcerated Black population outpaced the growth in the white population between 2005 and 2022. Now, listen to this. The overrepresentation is particularly striking in states like Rio de Janeiro and Bahia, where Black individuals are disproportionately arrested and detained compared to their representations in the overall population. This disproportionate incarceration reflects the presence of structural racism within the Brazilian criminal justice system. It shouldn't be surprising, for the reasons that Black Brazilians are incarcerated are the same reasons why Black Americans are incarcerated at a higher percentage, because they deal with racism as well. This particular Nigerian dude, he has no interest in studying the effects of racism when Black people make up the minority of the group in a particular country. He has so much hatred for us, he doesn't even take the time to do the research and understand what is truly going on, instead of trying to paint foundational Black Americans as overly criminal. This guy hates us. Yes, music is our culture. Black Americans are responsible for nearly every popular music genre in the world. We are even responsible for giving you Afro beats. The least you can say is thank you. Yes, fashion also is a big part of Black American culture. Everywhere around the world, people look at us to determine what is cool. If you don't know, now you know. Then he asks, why do Black Americans feel that they are the center of Black people? There's a reason for that. Black American culture is the most influential culture in the world. Our popularity and our outreach is infectious. Everybody wants to be us. Everybody wants to be a part of Black American culture because they see the value in it. So what is culture? Some would say it consists of language, music, food. We have our own food. We have our own religion. Nobody practices Christianity the way we do. Even the way we praise God is mimicked and copied around the world. Black American culture checks all the boxes when it comes down to culture. No other group in America or anywhere outside the country can define cool in the way Black Americans do.
You know it when you see it. No, you don't. Some people just seem to be born with it, while others seem to not even know it exists. Oh, to be fly, to be fresh, to have flavor, to have swag. All just a few popular terms for the elusive, intangible human trait that we call cool. And when it comes to African Americans, our unique brand of cool has worldwide appeal and universal presence. So what exactly is coolness? And how has it endured and evolved over time? And why do Black people seem to epitomize the essence of what cool is all about? You know we gonna get into it. That and more right now on The Breakdown.
From entertainers and athletes to politicians or even the average person on the street, it's no secret that Black people epitomize the essence of cool.
Swag is a way of life.
When it hits the fan, it's almost like my blood turns into ice water.
Cool is something that is mostly associated with entertainment, with fashion, but it's something that is ingrained even deeper in the way that we present ourselves. It's not a coincidence that Malcolm X dresses in a Brooks Brothers suit. It's not a coincidence that Marcus Garvey dresses in royal regalia and carries it off in a very austere way, because he's embodying that tradition of cool.
So while cool is often expressed in the way we dress, the way we move, or the way we turn a phrase, the question remains, what exactly is it? And where does it come from?
And I think that hypervigilance was probably inherited from people who, again, had to be hypervigilant and ready always to make a move. And you had to appear as if you weren't.
From fashion to food, from movies to music, the essence of cool can be seen everywhere. Yet at the same time, it cannot be found on a shelf in your local convenience store. You just can't buy a can of cool. Or can you? As it turns out, the element of cool is so elusive that in the early 80s, for example, corporate pop culture marketers employed what they called cool finders. People whose job it was to keep the company relevant by hitting the streets, soaking in the latest trends, and bringing their findings back to headquarters, where they would be incorporated into the company's strategy for branding and marketing.
You have a capitalist engine that needs to be fueled, and the best thing to sell is cool. It's a concept of cool. Black cool is something we live. Mainstream cool is something you buy.
Swag. It is an effortless approach to life that we have that is so innovative and so captivating. We don't have to go out and watch that on television. We don't have to buy it. We don't have to borrow it. We don't need anyone to tell us how to do it. We're born with it.
The special brand of cool demonstrated by these African Americans comes from countless generations of refinement.
We are indeed the superculture because no other group of people have given the world so much in spite of all the obstacles our people had to overcome. There's a quote in the Bible, I believe it says, "He without sin cast the first stone." I think it's important for this dude to clean up his own house, examine the cultural practices in Africa, because things that they do over there, and I'm not trying to put any shade on them, but they're not appealing to us. You know, we ain't about drinking cow urine or bathing in cow urine and putting cow dung on our body. You know, all that kind of stuff that some African people do. We're not with that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm for one that don't want to criticize anybody, but I think it's important for you to stay in your lane, clean your own house before you try to throw shade on Black American culture. That's what you should do. Nigerians are known for scammers. Is that part of your culture as well? Come on, stop. There are very few people around the world trying to mimic Africans and Caribbean people. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's just a fact. Now look how these Asian marching bands are trying to emulate HBCUs and their marching bands. We are the ish. And that's real talk. Now make sure you thumb up the video, subscribe to this channel, and share this information. Until the next time, peace. They're not like us.
No one will tell you about forgotten black inventors who have shaped our world. Garrett Morgan, born a slave, made the gas mask and the traffic light. Sarah Boone designed a folding ironing board to press clothes better. George Carruthers built an ultraviolet camera used in space. From blood tests to eye surgery tools, cell phone towers to refrigerated trucks, amazing African-American minds made science inventions we use today. But they did not get the credit they deserved. By sharing the untold stories of these trailblazing inventors, we can finally give them their due and inspire new generations to follow their path.